guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I have for you a book haul. So during quarantine, I was trapped in my house, homeschooling my child, not doing much of anything. I know we were all kidding ourselves when we said, oh, I'm gonna clean, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna cook. I don't know about you, but I didn't do any of that. I barely cleaned. We were in our pajamas pretty much 24/7, and we read a lot. That is what I did. I read and watched, binge watched shows. So I have a book haul for you today. Yeah. My reading has slowed down a little bit, not too much, because I'm not home all the time, but I still do read quite a bit. I'll average maybe a book to two at least a week, which is still pretty good considering. My daughter goes to a lot of dance activities, and I'm sitting in my car because of COVID, we're not allowed to sit inside. So I'll sit in my car and I'll just read. So I've gone through and flown through quite a bit of stuff. Now, I just wanted to kind of go through and share with you some of the goodies that I got. Are you ready? Because it's a lot. It's a lot. So the first book is called Fable. This is by Adrienne Young. And this was one of the Reese's Book Club picks. I forget what month it was, but I remember reading about it and it looked really good. So I picked up Fable. I also picked up A Vow So Bold and Deadly. This is the last book in the A Curse So Dark and Lonely series. This is by Bridget Kemmerer. I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. They don't tell you how to pronounce it on the cover. But anyway, so A Curse So Dark and Lonely, I read during quarantine. I read like last January. And I bought the second book in the series, but I still haven't read that one. However, when the third book came out, I was like, oh, I'll just read the second and then I'll read the third and then I'll finish the series. So I just picked this up. It was at Target. I have a red card. My husband works there. I get a discount. I do a lot of like new book shopping at Target. A Curse So Dark and Lonely is like very reminiscent of Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, Disney's Beauty and the Beast. So if you like those fairy tale retelling kind of stories, I think you would really like this. It has that vibe to it, but it's not entirely that. I don't want to spoil it. Next, I have Crooked Kingdom. This is by Leigh Bardugo, and this is the second book in what's the name of it? The Six of Crows series. I believe the series was only 2 books. And then she also has the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which I am very much looking forward to reading next. Not like next, but like after I read this one. So this is A Heart So Fierce and Broken. This is the second book in the A Curse So Dark and Lonely series, so I had just recently bought both of them. This one also by Bridget Kemmerer. I might read this one after the book I'm reading now. Currently I'm reading I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a slow read, but her writing style is pretty good. Like, it's murder, but it's kind of gripping in the way she writes and tells her the stories. May she rest in peace. So next I have Columbine by David Cullen. And no, I did not get this because of Edward Cullen. Just saying. But anyway, my sister-in-law read this book and she was like, it was really good. I really wanted to read this because it's not that I like murder and like stuff like that, but I like the psychological aspect behind it. And I like the stories that follow. So in my brain, the mass shootings that we have had here have been tragic and terrible. And I'm not gonna lie, anxiety inducing. Like, I remember I went to go see Dark Knight Rises in a movie theater after the Aurora shooting, and I remember freaking out. I had to leave the theater. I was having a panic attack, so I left the theater for like 15 minutes. I came back. My husband was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'm good." I don't know what it is, but anytime a shooting happens or a mass casualty like that, I get really panicky for months. Like, when Newtown happened, I didn't want to send my daughter to school. Not Newtown. Newtown, she was a baby. What was the other one that was kind of recent? Parkland. When Parkland happened, I didn't want to send her to school, and I had a panic attack. I was helping out as a volunteer that day, and I remember having a panic attack and just kind of silent the entire day, and nobody really said anything because it was such a shock. But I have a hard time sitting in a movie theater now. I mean, in reality, everybody does because of COVID, but because of what happened in Aurora, I have a hard time with that. Schools, usually I'm okay, but every now and then I have like this thing in my brain that I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna drop her off. I'm never gonna see her again. I can't describe it. But anyway, so probably not the best idea to read this, but I really like true crime. I really like books like this. I just like learning about the psychological aspect behind stuff. So I really wanted to pick this up. There's one, I think, by him about Parkland as well, and I probably will get that one after I read this one. I'm not gonna lie, this one is a lot. I will probably be reading 2 or 3 simultaneously, just because of the subject matter. And I'll be honest, I don't just read I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I have other books I read on the side that are more fun and a little more peppy because you need that when you read about murder. So next I have The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. Whew. These names, man. These names. I have heard so many good things about this book that I didn't want to wait to get my book of the month and have this put in it. And I actually think it was the push that was sold out. So I didn't want to wait. So I was just like, yep, I'm going to do it. And I ended up buying this one because I'm so excited to read it. Next I have Beartown by Frederick Backman. Now, my brother's friend's ex-wife, oh my God, I feel like she's a friend of the family, but she was the one that was like, you need to read this. So I played hockey in high school and for like a second in college. And I'm like, my family was huge into hockey growing up. I played on 3 hockey teams at a time. So I really, when I saw that this was hockey and murder, I was like, yes. But there's also an HBO series about it. So yes, I was like, I need to read this so I can watch the HBO series. So maybe, I have so many books I want to read and I don't know where to start. Next I have Serpent and Dove by Shelby Morin. I may have said that wrong. Who are we kidding? They probably did. So this series looks so good. And I keep seeing Blood and Honey and I'm just like, I really need to read that. I really need to read that. So I finally picked up the first one, which is Serpent and Dove, and can't wait to start this. The next book I have is The Push by Ashley Audrain. This is from the Good Morning America book club, another book club I kind of keep a close eye on. Everybody, so I'm also a member of Book of the Month, and so every month I get 1, 2, 3 books, and everybody on Book of the Month, this is the one that sold out for, I think it was either February or January. Everybody on Book of the Month is loving this. So when I saw its rave reviews, I had to pick it up and try it. So next I have All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. I think more than anything, it was really the cover that drew me into this. And also on the top, it says, Princess, Pirate, Stowaway, Mermaid, the crew makes the queen. And it just kind of looked fun and interesting. I'm super into fantasy novels. And the fact that it was a Barnes & Noble monthly pick, I was like, okay, it's got to have some really decent qualities, if, you know. So I also picked up this one. So next I have The Kingdom of Back. This is by Marie Lu. I have read another one of her books, Warcross, I believe it was called. I think Wild Card's the second one. I haven't read that one yet. I was obsessed with Warcross. I flew through that. I think I read it in maybe a day. It was so good. It was well written. So when I saw she came out with a new book, I was really excited to give it a try. So I don't entirely know what this is about. The cover really caught my eye. It's a beautiful cover. There's music notes, there's leaves, there's trees, there's seashells. It's such a beautiful, intricate design on the cover, and I'm really excited to read this one. So next I have Blood and Honey. Once I picked up Serpent and Dove, I decided to also pick up Blood and Honey because, again, I could get this at Target and get the discounts that I usually get. This one's by Shelby Marin, and I don't know too much about it other than I've really wanted to read the Serpent and Dove series, so I'm excited to read this one. Another book I grabbed off of the Reese's Book Club, I believe this was in 2020. It might have been September of 2020. This is You Should See Me in a Crown by, oh goodness, Leah Johnson. Sorry, the Target 20% off thing's covering the author. Thanks, Target. But this is You Should See Me in a Crown. It just looked like a fun read. And like I said, I like following Reese Witherspoon's book club because for YA picks, young adult novels, she generally makes really good choices and really good decisions. The next book I have is City of Villains by Estelle Lohr. I'll be perfectly honest, because I'm a Disney freak, what drew me in was Maleficent. I have no idea what this book is about. The cover is why I bought it. Because I was like, Maleficent? Why? I'm excited to read it. I have no idea what it's about. Haven't even cracked it open. But I'm excited to read this. Ow. The last thing I have is massive. So I picked up the Percy Jackson and the Olympians box set. This has 5 books in it. I don't know if there are only 5 in this series, but it has the first 5 books. I have heard so many amazing things about this series. It didn't seem to be up my alley at first, but then the more and more I see on it, and Rick Riordan's such a wonderful writer that I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna give it a try. Well, Target had it on sale for $21 plus my discounts, and I was like, I'm just gonna get it. I think I paid like $14 or $15 for it. So yeah, I was really excited to try this. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for watching. I believe I really want to do like an every month, at the end of the month, what I read, everything that I read and finished, and kind of talk about them. So I think I will be doing that in the very near future. So you can look forward to that. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye.